If someone asks me that what is one piece of financial advice you'd like to give to everyone, I usually reply it's that never ever be dependent on one source of income. You should always have some passive sources of income so that even if there's a financial crisis or even if something does not go in your favor, there are some other sources of income and you are dependent on other sources of income as well. Let's say for an example, if a person only has one business and if something happens for that business and if there's some exigency which is happening, so he won't be able to survive because there's no other source of income. So it becomes very important that you should have diversified sources of income. And in this video, I'm going to share what are some of my income sources so that even you can have some diversified portfolio of income sources.
But before we begin, I'd like to thank Vault for sponsoring the video. Vault is an amazing application in order to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Plus, you can earn interest on the cryptocurrencies invested. Stay tuned for further details.
So the first source of income comes from my salary itself. So I'm working in Aditya Birla Group and the major portion of income comes from my salary income itself. So usually a salary for a CA fresher varies. Okay, so if a CA fresher is doing a job, then his salary can vary from let's say 6 lakhs to even 35 lakhs depending upon what the work profile is and which company is he recruited into. So companies like let's say Deloitte, KPMG, EY, PwC, all these big fours, they usually pay around 6 to 8 to 10 lakhs in audit departments to all the CA freshers. But there are other industry players like ITC or Marico or HUL. These are paying somewhere in the range of 21 to 30 lakhs. So depending upon which company you get in and depending upon whether you get a rank or not, the pay scale varies for a CA fresher. So the major portion of my income currently comprises of my salary, and now I've moved to a new department called as Aditya Birla Ventures, which is a newly set up VC fund of Aditya Birla Group, where the work profile is going to be evaluating startups, talking to the founding team, and then investing in those startups to get good returns. Then there's a concept of carry and variable pay in a venture capital fund. So basically, if the deal has performed very well, then basis the return which have been generated by that deal, a certain percentage would be given to you depending upon how the returns have been. So I think this is going to be a very good role for me, especially when it comes to interacting with the founding team, questioning them, having that professional skepticism attitude where if we ask something to them, they should be able to answer that question. And this is definitely going to help me in order to boost my future career growth as well. So I think I'm going to enjoy a lot in this VC profile. Of course, if you want me to create some more videos on startups or let's say how do we evaluate startups or what are some of the good business models, feel free to comment below. So this video is basically a sources of income video, but I'm going to ask you also what kind of ideas or maybe what kind of topics you would want me to make videos on going forward in the near future. So this is the major source of income. Now let's move to the second source of income, which comes from investing. So as I've told you that whatever are you saving, you should never save the entire 100%. Of course, there should be certain investment which you should do. So usually 50 to 60% of my salary I invest in stock markets. So I have invested in a lot of blue chip stocks like Bajaj Finance, Asian Paints, Bajaj Finserv, Bharti Airtel. And if you again want me to create some videos on maybe any particular stock, what do I look for before investing in stocks, again feel free to comment. So this has given me very good returns in the past 1 month, in the past 1 year as well because of COVID. So my internal rate of return over the last 1 year has been somewhere around 40 to 44%. And this is again majorly due to the pandemic, but I believe in long-term investing. So again, this has given me very good returns. If you are a believer of long-term investing, trust me, it is going to play out very well for you over the next 4 to 5 years. If you have a time horizon of investing for 4 to 5 years, then equities are the best asset class, and I think you should definitely invest in blue chip stocks. And if you don't have any idea about which stock to invest in, definitely you can watch a lot of YouTube videos or you can just watch a lot of stock recommendations given by various analysts. But I think you should always have full knowledge before investing in stock markets. Just listening to what other person is saying and investing because he's investing, that is not a good thing to be done when it comes to investing in stock markets. Then apart from investment in stock markets, I've also invested 10% of my portfolio in corporate bonds. So this is basically lower risk and lower return kind of a portfolio where I've invested 10% of my portfolio in bonds. Again, I've invested in bonds which have more than AA rating. So the yield is lesser, it's like 7 to 8% as compared to the equity IRR, which is 40 to 44%. So 40% is of course an outlier case because of COVID. But again, the yield is lower in bonds, but again, it's a safe bet. So only 10% of my portfolio is invested in bonds. Then the next source of income is investment in cryptocurrencies. Now, I am a big fan of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so my personal belief or my personal opinion is that cryptocurrencies are the future in the Indian economy, not only in the Indian economy but around the globe. Now of course there's a lot of hot topic and a lot of debate going on whether cryptos are going to be banned or not. Irrespective of that, I think they are going to be the future. The main reason or maybe the main reason of argument here is that they are termed as cryptocurrencies. Instead of using the term currencies, I think if we use the word crypto assets and just look at it as an investment asset, the way we invest in gold, real estate or any other asset class, half of the problems would be solved here. So I think if it is termed as a crypto asset, which is nothing but the factors determining the value of a crypto asset is nothing but the demand and supply, I think half of the problems would be solved. So definitely investing in cryptocurrencies makes sense for me at least. There's a lot of volatility and you should not invest in cryptocurrencies just because everyone else is doing. Of course, do your own research. And I've personally invested in Ethereum and Solana. So again, it's like 10% of my portfolio is into cryptocurrencies, out of which 5% is in Ethereum, 5% is in Solana. The reason why I'm telling that cryptocurrency is going to be the future, it's like a lot of applications have started using cryptocurrencies as a payment. El Salvador is the first country to accept Bitcoin as a legal tender, so transactions are happening there in Bitcoin. All these NFTs, non-fungible tokens which are there, they are also bought and sold in cryptocurrencies. So previously they were bought only in Ethereum and Solana. Now there are other 2-3 cryptocurrencies also using which you can buy non-fungible tokens. And I think gradually all this is going to be traded in cryptocurrencies only. It's nothing but a virtual economy which is being made. So it's like if you're entering in the metaverse, you're using cryptocurrencies, and if you're just transacting in the real world, you're using your normal currencies, fiat currencies, which are usually called. So I think crypto is an asset class. It is just like an investment. The total number of coins of cryptocurrencies are nothing but the scarcity which it provides. So for example, in case of gold reserves are limited in nature, and therefore gold has some value. Similarly for Bitcoin, they are limited in nature and they are scarce, therefore they have some value. So the supply is limited, demand is there, and therefore the value is going to fluctuate. Once the value is going to remain stable, like once people start accepting it as an asset class, it's not going to be that volatile the way it is right now, and therefore I think cryptos are the future. But how do we invest in cryptos and how do we earn more money? So I have an amazing application for you. It is called as Vault. So Vault is an earn, borrow and trade platform where you can not only earn your cryptocurrency gains, but you can also earn on the amount invested in cryptocurrencies. So it's like you're making a fixed deposit in Vault and you're getting an interest of, let's say, 6.7% on Bitcoins and 12.68% on stable coins. So it's like multiple sources of income for you. You can also do a SIP, which is systematic investment plan in cryptocurrencies, and you can also automate your investments. Well, these returns are much higher than your fixed deposit returns of, let's say, 4 to 5%. Well, what else do you need more? You have gains of cryptocurrencies, you have gain of interest income as well. So click on the link given in the description box to download the Vault app right now and start your journey of investing in cryptocurrencies and earning interest on those cryptocurrencies. So coming back to the other source of income, so these were about investing. The first one was of salary, second is investment in stock markets, bonds, cryptocurrencies. Third one is content creation about YouTube. So I've told all of you that YouTube pays around $3 for 10,000 views. So on an average, I've been receiving like $100 to $150 per month through YouTube itself. And I think that has played out really well for me because of the monetization aspect. So all the ads which you see on my channel, if you're watching those ads, then YouTube pays me certain proportion of money. And that again depends upon the time which you've been watching that ad and the number of times the ad is being played on my channel. So again, that depends. So on an average, I receive $3 for 10,000 views, and depending upon the number of views and all, I receive $100 to $150 per month from my YouTube income as well. And the last source of income is nothing but the brand deals which I get on YouTube as well as Instagram. So if a brand wants to reach out to a larger number of audience, they'll just sign a contract with me and they'll just ensure that their product is also being reached to the customers. So it's like it's a win-win situation. I only promote those products where I find value, and therefore this is very useful for me as well as the audience, because if I think that the brand is going to add value in customers' lives, then it's a win-win situation because they are also paying me money and I also help them to increase their reach through the customer base which I have. So I think the fourth source of income would be the brand deals which I've been getting for Instagram and YouTube, and that is the last source of income. So it's like 4 sources of income which are there currently, but content creation, again, sustainability is the key risk over here. It's very difficult to survive, especially given the fact that a lot of content creators are constantly innovating with something new. So it becomes very difficult to survive, but having said this, it's like a good source of income, again, a passive source of income. So all in all, I'm trying to say that start investing and don't save the entire amount. Of course, save like 5 to 10% for emergency fund, but start investing in crypto, start investing in stock markets, start investing in bonds, and try to have a diversified sources of income portfolio so that you aren't dependent on only one source of income. So these are my major sources of income, and some other sources of income for all of you would be just to, master a particular thing and focus on that thing so that you become an expert in that thing, and focus on that one thing and just develop your expertise so much that people are going to call you and you can just charge for courses. For example, if you're into public speaking, there are so many platforms where people invite all these eminent speakers and they charge tons of money even for half an hour or 1 hour of session. So if you are an expert in public speaking or content creation or any particular field, you can start taking courses, you can just start charging. You can maybe, if there are any for-profit organizations, you can definitely charge them because they are spending on their marketing, and I think this is again going to play out very well for you. There's also one more source of affiliate marketing. If you're using a product and if you want that other people also should buy, you can just simply paste their links in the description box or somewhere, anywhere on your Instagram handle. So if people are using that link to buy that product, then you're going to gain some referral commission. So again, I have started doing this, but this is very small portion of income. So if you are an influencer and if you are a content creator and if you want others to use that product using your link, then you can earn a referral commission as well. So these are some sources of income, and I think you should have a diversified sources of income portfolio. Start researching, start doing something and acquire one skill so that even if that one skill can be monetized, you can earn tons of money. Be an expert in one field, and if you're an expert in one field, you can just diversify your sources and spread your income accordingly. So I hope that this video was useful for all of you. I'm not trying to flex that I have multiple sources of income, but all in all, I'm trying to say that you should also have diversified sources of income. If you do like this video, share it with all your friends and subscribe to my channel so that I can create more videos for all of you. And in the meanwhile, please keep commenting what type of content you want me to create in the year 2022 so that even I can come up with better content and I can keep adding value in your lives as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.